You might be familiar with Turboant brand, as they have some best-selling electric scooters in the US. I've reviewed many electric bikes on BikeFolded, but the new Turboant Thunder T1 stands out of the crowd, as it is the first one coming with fat tires. Is this e-bike another successful product from Turboant? We are going to find out in this review. Turboant actually releases two versions of the fat tire e-bikes, which are the Thunder T1 and Nebula N1. They have almost the same specs. The only difference is that the T1 comes with an external battery, while the N1 has internal battery. Between the two versions, I prefer the T1 because it is $200 cheaper, while the motor and battery are exactly the same. Of course, the N1 looks a bit slicker as they hide the battery and controller inside the frame. For both versions, I can take the battery out for recharging and replace the battery myself when it's broken. Although the T1 is not foldable, it uses a quick release exhaust on the front wheel. Therefore, I can remove or attach the front wheel within seconds, making transporting the bike easier. I have no problem fitting it into my car trunk after folding down the back seat, so you don't need to install any bike rack on your car. This is still one of the largest bikes I've ever used, so make sure you have enough space in your room or apartment to keep it. I thought that the bike would be too big for me, but it has the perfect size. It is also very heavy at more than 72 pounds, so carrying it up or down the stairs is inconvenient. There are thus a few steps in front of my house, but I still need to remove the battery when carrying this bike. After taking the bike out of the box, you need to put some parts together, but it took me just about 10 minutes. They include all necessary tools inside, so I don't need to get my toolbox. The e-bike was in great shape and available to ride immediately. Most of my previous bikes were fairly compact, and I had to sacrifice comfort for portability. Therefore, I was so excited when testing the T1 because it features both fat tires and RST hydraulic front suspension fork. The performance didn't disappoint me. This is undoubtedly the most comfortable bike I've used in my entire life. I tested it on different road surfaces, and it performed extremely well. The suspension fork is adjustable, and I only use it on uneven roads when exploring some bike trails. It is even more comfortable than riding other bikes on paved roads. I no longer feel any pain in my butt at the end of each ride. The T1 offers 5 levels of pedal assistance, and you can also ride it in full throttle mode. You can use the throttle twist on the right handle, and there is a button to lock it to avoid accidental acceleration. Its motor is very powerful at 750 watts, and the bike could reach a max speed of around 19 to 20 miles per hour in full throttle mode. The max speed could be even higher when you pedal with motor assistance. There is also a 7-speed derailleur, which helps climb hills as well as reach max speed easier. I rarely change the speed when riding on flat roads. I'm quite satisfied with the battery range of the bike. If you ride it in full throttle mode only, it could reach 20 to 30 miles range. In case you pedal more, it could reach 50 to 60 miles. To conclude, let's check out our pros and cons. Pros: super comfortable with flat tires and suspension fork. Great battery range. High quality build. Powerful 750 watt motor. Reasonable price. Cons: cumbersome design, especially for small houses or apartments. Overall, I really enjoyed riding the Turboant Thunder T1 as it offers everything I was looking for in an e-bike. If you have enough space to store it in your house, we at BikeFolded highly recommend it.